Hello guys and welcome back to the Hair Babes and Business YouTube channel. My name is Jess and today I'm joined by my mum Kathy.
Hello.
And today we're going to show you how to make a recipe from this cookbook, the Christmas Gifts from the Kitchen cookbook. And we're going to show you how to make the recipe basic sugar cookie. And the reason I wanted to show you guys how to make this recipe is because last Christmas when I was trying to figure out what I was going to do for my clients, especially being in the cost of living crisis and knowing that everything's just a little bit more expensive and, you know, trying to do things a little bit more cost effectively. We wanted to make these cookies because I think we ended up working out that they only cost about 25 cents per cookie. Yeah. So we just think that's a really cost efficient way of making sure that you're still taking care of people and showing them that you care about them, but without breaking the bank. So we're going to show you how to make this recipe today and we're going to get stuck into it. So for this recipe, you're going to need 1 cup of caster sugar, 250 grams of softened salted butter, 2 egg yolks, half a teaspoon of vanilla essence, 2.5 cups of plain flour, half a teaspoon of baking powder, and half a teaspoon of salt. So you're going to start off this recipe by adding the butter and the sugar to a bowl and beating it until it is nice and creamy. So this here is the kind of texture you're looking for. Once that's fully combined, you're going to add your egg yolks one at a time and just beating them in to make sure that it's all combined really well together. Once that's all really well combined, you're going to add your vanilla essence, 1 cup of flour, and make sure that that's all combined really well together. Then you can add your next 1.5 cups of flour, your baking soda, and your salt to the mix. It's best to use a sieve to make sure that everything goes in without creating any clumps. And then again, you want to mix that really well and combine it all together. Once combined, you want to tip the dough out and mush it all together with your hands and create a ball. The recipe does call for you to put this in the fridge for an hour before cutting your cookie shapes up, but you know we don't have time for that, so we skipped this step and it was totally fine. Once it was all together, we rolled it out with a rolling pin. It's best to try and keep it at about 1 centimeter to 1.5 centimeter of thickness. Alright, so now that our dough is all rolled out, we are going to use some cookie cutters. We just got some really cheap cookie cutters from Kmart. We got a little tree, a little snowflake, and a little gingerbread man, and we're just going to use them to cut out the cookies and pop them on a tray to pop in the oven. So we used our cookie cutters to cut out the shapes and then put them on a lined tray that we could then put in the oven. Aren't these just the absolute cutest ever? So once you finish popping all of your cookies onto the tray, then you're going to go pop them into a fan-forced oven at 180 degrees. The recipe calls for 6 to 8 minutes, but basically you just want to make sure that the edges are all golden and looking really nice. So we're going to go pop them in the oven, and then if you wanted to leave it at that, you totally could. That would be a lovely little gift just as is. But if you want to take it to the next level, which you know I do, we're going to come back and show you how we finish these little cookies off after we've cooked them and let them cool. So as you can see, these have just come out the oven and they've got that beautiful crispy golden edge, which means that they are absolutely perfect. So then what we did just to make these a little bit more special is just got some ready to roll fondant just from Woolies. And what you want to do first is just warm it up in your hands so that it's easier to work with. Then we just popped it in the bowl and added a couple of drops of food dye to it. You can do any color. We just picked blue because last year the salon colors that I kind of went with were like a nice blue color. So we just wanted to kind of match the color, but you can match it to your salon aesthetic, or you can make them very Christmassy. You can make them however you like. Now we tried to use the bowl first and a fork just to try and prevent getting blue hands, but it didn't really work. It is really best to press it in with your hands, so just note that whatever color you do, you're probably going to have that color hands for a little bit after. But then you just want to roll your fondant out really nice and thin, and then use the same cookie cutters to create the shapes in the fondant. And then once that's done, you can literally just press them onto your cookies. You don't have to do anything extra. They'll just press on and they'll stay nice and fresh that way. And we found that these cookies really lasted about at least a week, maybe even a little bit longer, just in an airtight container. They didn't have to go in the fridge or anything like that. So we thought that that was really good value, the fact that they lasted so long. So we would kind of just make them on a Sunday afternoon and then we'd have them fresh all week for the salon. Alright guys, so this is the finished product and I just think they look so cute. And when we did them, we put them into little like individually wrapped bags with like a little ribbon on them to give to the clients. So just made it a little bit more fancy and a little bit more special. But now's the most important part. We have to give it a little taste test and see what we think. So let's go. So good. So delicious. Alright guys, well obviously if you are going to make anything like this for the salon, you do just need to do a little disclaimer to your clients that they do contain eggs, butter and gluten. So obviously not suitable for vegans, not suitable for anyone with dairy issues, and not suitable for anyone with gluten issues. But I think they are a fun little thing to make for the salon, and I do think it's fun, like once you get them out of the oven, if you do want to decorate them, it's something fun that you could do with your kids, or you could even do like a little like paint and sip with your girlfriends, except for instead of doing painting, you're doing cookie decorating. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much, Mama, for helping me out with this one.
My pleasure.
And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Have a great day. Mwah.
Bye.